Okay, moving on. Clarify Three of Bibles. Got the Ace of Cups. Clarify Three of Bibles. Three of Swords. Clarify Three of Bibles. Knight of... You know what? Why do I feel like what they want to do is go be with this Empress? Even if at the beginning they saw her as the devil. They saw her as the devil. And yet now they feel like it's not that she's the devil, it's that she's my opposite. So I grow when I'm around her. Instead of blocking her, I should be defending her. So Page of Pentacles, they are learning from her. Even if it makes them uncomfortable, they're realizing, look, Hierophant, they're realizing that she has just as much to offer, even if it's different type of knowledge. It gives them strength. When they think about the things that she teaches them, they don't feel weak, they feel stronger. Hold on. So their heart is opening up. That's why they're losing their fears. Now the energy that's settling into them is, I need to take action now. Because it pains them to think that if they don't take action, and this doesn't have to be like a romantic love. This could be like somebody coming towards a friend. It could be that. But it's easier to establish this romantic story. Knight of Wands. Both of these knights are the fastest knights. Where before they were the Knight of Pentacles, remember they were like testing, now they're just like, boom. They established that they are on solid ground. Fuck it. They're moving forward. They just can't stay still. But I will say there's a little bit of Three of Wands and Three of Swords. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan. Although it could mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a third person. It could be that this person's community or family will feel like a second relationship, because it takes so much. I don't know, there's something here about that, because this person is realizing that somebody's heart is going to break. So it could be, if they are walking away from family and going towards the Empress, that their family might be hurt. Or let's say that their family had created some sort of arranged marriage, because there are places who still do that. And they're going to break that arrangement. It's one of the two. Clarify Knight of Viking Horns. Five of Pentacles. Clarify Knight of Viking Horns. Queen of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Look, here's the Queen of Cups. The Lover. Okay. So yeah, I think that it could be a love interest. I was trying to not make it a dramatic novella, but here we are. It's just turning out that way naturally. So whoever this Queen of Pentacles is, this could be somebody that maybe their family arranged for them to be in a connection with. Or maybe they chose this person because, you know, they were of the same religion, they were of the same culture. And they may be ending that connection to come towards the Empress. Because the Empress is also number 3. So they're going to break the Queen of Pentacles' heart. They know that. But it's like they're being very realistic with themselves. With the Five of Pentacles, it's like they're acknowledging that the only reason that the Queen of Pentacles is going to feel brokenhearted is because they're not going to be the provider anymore. Because we have 6 Pentacles here with the Five of Pentacles. What she's going to miss is not them. It's their role as the masculine provider. And this is uncomfortable for them. Page of Wands. This is the first time that they've ever acknowledged that they don't just want to be seen as a provider. Not that they can't do that. That's not all they want to be. They want to, be close and intimate with their partner emotionally, not just physically. So although this is really uncomfortable, this is someone who is leaving one, let's just call it what it is. They're leaving one connection to go towards another. But it might have happened suddenly. It's like at first they were thinking over it and thinking over it and thinking over it, and then they just taken action. Okay. Next row. 9 of Bibles. 2 of Bibles. 10 of, Jesus, all these Bibles. 8 of Hellfires, which is the 8 of Pentacles. King of Bibles, which is the King of Wands. 10 of Skulls, which is the 10 of Cups. I would say that the only thing both people want to take into consideration is that if this is something that this person wants to do, they need to make sure that they fulfill all, like they need to go through with an actual divorce, not just run away from their marriage. Because 10 of Bibles could represent two things, because we do have forgiveness here, but we also have death. And Vampire could be how they feel about the Queen of Pentacles, and that's why they're tired. But it's about, don't bring that with you. And I don't know if that means emotionally or like literally they haven't ended the connection. Because I will say, I don't see a 10 of Swords. We did get the Death card, but that could also be an internal change. I would need to see more cards indicating a final ending to be able to confirm that that's what they're doing. So far, we've only got one. Because there's a 9 of Wands, 2 of Wands, 10 of Wands. There's a lot of Wands. There's a lot of passion behind the actions that they're taking. But passion fizzles out. It's fire, and it pushes someone to take action. But Pentacles are what makes something lasting. So yes, they are coming towards this person with the intention of working things out. But you need to make sure that they're closing fully other chapters. Otherwise, this is not going to go the way you think it is. Because I have to call it the way I see it. There is still some hesitation. There's a little bit of fear. So although they are coming forward, it's almost like they're, when someone is really scared, and let's say that they're at the top of this diving board and it's really, really high, and they're scared of the jump, and they're doing this thing where they're just taking a deep breath, running and jumping off. That doesn't mean that they're going to turn into a professional Olympian swimmer. That just means that they could take that one leap. It doesn't mean that they're going to keep doing it. So I do see 8 of Pentacles. Let's read that. The 8 of Hellfires. So the 8 of Hellfires represents hard work, concentration. This card shows that you are working hard to improve your skills and become a master at what you do. You are diligent and hardworking, and you are applying yourself fully to whatever is at the center of your attention. Your perseverance and unwavering attention will create success. Ooh, sorry. Okay. So, right now, They are concentrating on the Empress. But if you notice, they're not coming in as an emperor. Even if they are an emperor, they keep showing up in Knight energy, Page energy, which isn't great because it means that they might come forward to work on something with the Empress, but I don't see a whole lot of effort. Well, let me rephrase that. No, there is effort, but they don't feel like it's going to have a lot of staying power. Let's read the Nine of Bibles. The Nine of Bibles indicates guarding, protecting, defending. The Nine of Bibles comes as a sign that even in the face of adversity, you stand tall and strong. You may be on the edge of exhaustion, but you are resilient, persistent, and ready to do what it takes to get to the finish line. See this 9 as an assurance, and if you do not succeed at first, then try again. I told you this person's exhausted, but they're still coming forward, which means that I've got to be real. They do have a lot of perseverance. They have a lot of masculine energy, but they're coming towards an Empress almost because they're running out of energy. We want to be really careful because that may be where the vampire energy comes in. Like they know that the Empress will replenish them. That's where you want to be careful. Let's look at the Two of Bibles. This says ambition, plans, and success. The Two of Bibles is a tarot card that represents creative potential, planning, and decision-making. This card is a reminder that your creative potential is limitless and you must trust in yourself to make the right decisions to achieve your goals. That's what I don't like. It's like they really admire the Empress. That she is opening their heart, but they see her more as a means to an end. They do want to form some sort of connection with her, but this could literally be like them coming towards her to form like a business connection because they see her. Remember, I was talking about a resource in the beginning, and I was like, why is that coming to mind? Maybe the Empress is the one realizing that she needs to be careful with that because someone is coming towards her who's looking at her as a resource, as a place to refuel, a place where they can get what they need before they move forward. I thought it was the masculine, but now the story's starting to shift. Let's look at the Ten of Bibles. Responsibilities, burdens, and strength. The Ten of Bibles notes that you are taking on an extra burden or greater responsibility. Even though it is weighing you down and making things tougher for you, it is only temporary, so you're willing to put in the hard work now to accomplish your goal and reap the rewards later. See, I don't like that. It keeps coming through as a goal, as a job, as something to accomplish. So there might be a touch of romance, but it's only like the gateway to get them where they need to be. Clarify 9 of Bibles. Look, bitch. Clarify 9 of Bibles. I can't. 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, 8. I'm telling you, clarify 9 of Bibles. 7 of Wands. The Queen of Cups. The Lovers. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, this is someone who's approaching you. Look, I keep seeing knights. The only king that shows up is the King of Pentacles. Otherwise, it's the Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, Knight of Wands. This is someone who's approaching you. They might be showing up in Emperor energy. You might feel them as an Emperor because they have all 4 elements, but they are at Knight level. They're an Emperor who's at Knight level. Whereas you're showing up as the Empress that has Queen level, Empress level. They're going to appeal to your emotions. They're going to appeal to your heart. And so the warning here is forgive this person because, think of Think of the famous words of Jesus Christ, forgive them for they know not what they do, right? This is someone who's really, they're not very self-aware. They are operating out of what they've been taught, the patriarchal system. Maybe that's why I was ranting about that at the beginning. They've been taught that women are a resource. They've been taught that feminine energy is a way to replenish themselves. Maybe they use sex as a way to replenish themselves. They drain you energetically through sex, or they drain you energetically through becoming your partner, and then you're the one that cooks and cleans and they get to focus on their goals. Whatever that is, they have been doing that somewhere else. They're coming to you brokenhearted. They're coming to you hurt. Look, beneath the King of Pentacles, what do we have? 5 of Cups. And over here, what do we have? 3 of Swords. They're coming to you wounded, needing care, needing love, needing support. And they see you as someone who's a master at putting people back together. So they're coming to hospital. You are hospital. But they also see you as a way to accomplish financial stability, building a legacy. They're not going to say that, though. They're not stupid. That's not what they're going to start with. They're even, excuse me, they're even coming forward almost like guarded. Like, well, I've been through a lot. So whoever this person is, they know that you either really love them or once really loved them. So they're not going to tell you what their intentions are. They're going to come forward and expose their wounded side because they know that you are a nurturer, you are very maternal, very caring, a healer. So they're going to expose their broken heart, their wounded self, and just allow for you to naturally want to put them together. Because that's what you do, right? That's your MO. Do not allow them to weaponize your empathy and your compassion. It is one thing. Think of it like this. Imagine that. And we could be, honestly, because the story shifted, we could be talking about 2 very different masculines here. At the beginning, we could have had one, and then it shifted to, and there's another one coming towards you, but this one's different. That could be it too. But whoever this one is, I want you to imagine that this is someone who's dangerous to you. Like they might be a killer. Like, let's think of it like, imagine a movie. You're watching a movie and there's a killer in the movie. But the killer has a lot of emotional problems. And when they have a moment of vulnerability, the actress in the movie is like, oh, I should help him. Wouldn't you be screaming at the screen and say, stay away from that person? That's this. Do not allow them to weaponize your emotional intelligence, because a vampire requires permission. Remember that? One of the things in the legends, you have to invite the vampire in. Otherwise, they cannot enter your home. So once you invite them in, it's fair play. Because in the legend, it's like, well, now it's your fault because you let them in. What do you think the message the message is? Don't let them in. Do not invite them in. This vampire is also, remember, this is someone who has an elegance about them. They're alluring in some way. Clarify 2 of Bibles. 7 of Pentacles, clarify 2 of Bibles. 8 of Swords. 5 of Wands and the High Priestess. The 9 of Wands, 6 of Pentacles, page energy. So your advice is to guard yourself, because this person